Heyo guys, welcome back. My name is HM and I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic, and if you're new here, the Swarm welcomes you. Today we're going to be trying our hardest to combine these two Bakugan here. I just recently opened up this really cool Elemental Sharktar, and I want to see if we can do what we did for our Platinum Sectoid and make an Elemental Platinum version of it. We're already running into some speed bumps with this though. Hopefully the camera will cooperate with these two this time. But these two parts here on the back are actually completely different for the tails. As you'll see, this is more blocked off, and this one is actually less open, because the tops of these figures are actually different. The metal body actually comes up higher than the standard core one. It looks like they changed the design a little bit for the Platinums to probably make them a little bit heavier, to make them a little heftier. So I don't know if we're going to be able to swap out the tails, which is unfortunate because that is where a lot of the elemental print is on the standard core one. So we'll have to see what we can do. I can at the very least swap off the head and the arms and the dorsal fins because they're just screwed on here. So I actually have to pull the arms off of this one first because the plastic housing is actually inside of this metal body. But I'm going to go ahead and take this step by step. This won't be a completely one run thing. I'll probably be stopping recording because it's going to be a taxing time, but I'm going to put all the parts in a tray so I know where they go. And first off, we're going to have to push the pins out of the arms right here. And if you'll notice, when you're doing this, and be really careful when you're doing this, you'll need the right tools, but there's a rough side of a pin, and it's kind of hard to see. See if I can get this focused a little better for you guys. There's a rough side of the pin, and this is the side you don't want to push out from. So if I were to, say, put our little pin pushing tool, you're going to want to push the rough side outwards. So it'll come out and not tear up the plastic. Do not push it from the opposite way because the plastic will actually get all tore up if you push it out both sides, and it probably won't stay in. Now, always remember, too, when you're doing this, always be prepared to lose a Bakugan if you're willing to take this risk, because this is not easy, and it hurts my collector's heart to even do this, but I want to try this and see if I can make this one work. I really don't know yet. I'm still kind of debating what's going to happen with the tails, because this tail is completely different, and it actually won't allow the Bakugan to close because they're just molded differently, so I might be able to work some magic. Maybe I'll find a way to make this tail darker, but we'll see. Anyway, I'll see you guys later in the video. Okay, so we've made some good progress. This has been a project that I've been working on for over like 2 or 3 hours, and unfortunately, I could not get the pegs to come out of the arms of our Platinum Sharktar. I don't know what was it, like, I don't know if they were glued in there or what, but unfortunately, some sacrifices had to be made, and I had to do a very specific thing to get the pins out. I actually had to loosen the plastic, so unfortunately, I won't be able to assemble another Sharktar, maybe. But we can at least say that our Elemental Sharktar was actually way easier to get apart, which was super cool. So, no damage there, which is super awesome. These are going to look really cool. Actually, let's go ahead and get a little sneak preview of how they're going to look, because they'll go right on here when I put the screws on, and I really wanted to see this. Yeah, I really like this dark blue. Whoa! The dark blue adds a really nice contrast to the whole thing, and I'm actually not too sure. Oh, I've got that on backwards. Definitely got that on backwards. But yeah, we're making some really good progress on this now. Now I have to take apart the Platinum's body and get the head off and the dorsal fin to swap them out. That's going to look so cool. That's going to look so cool. I'm not huge on this light blue plastic. It does match better, but I don't know. Something about the dark blue just really speaks to me. Anyway, let's go ahead and get the metal body taken apart and see what we can do from there. Okay, now that we've got everything taken apart, it is time to slot in our elemental parts. So, as simple as this really was to get the elemental apart, the platinum was pretty difficult. But once we get these parts slotted in here and the springs going, then it should turn out pretty good. Okay, so you might be noticing something that's a little different on the platinum than the core one. The core one doesn't have this big chunk of blue plastic hanging off of it, if I could get my camera to focus. This big chunk of blue plastic hanging off, because the way platinums work is they're not connected to a plastic base. They're connected to a little piece on the inside of their metal housing, because the normal ones don't have to do that. The plastic parts on the front part of Sharktar, this is what the arms are connected to. The arms connect straight to the base on the core one, so there's already quite a few differences. This is one of the things that makes it so I have to take it apart, otherwise I can't get the metal body off, so that's why that was such a tough thing to do. And now I'm going to go ahead and put it back together and see if I can get it looking the way I want it to. The screws were a little bit harder to put on than I anticipated, but yeah, everything's working nice and fine. Everything pops out. This goes back a little bit further because I think the fin's a little bit different, but I guess we'll just deal with it because it still looks fine. Now we're going to go ahead and put the fins back on and see how that looks. Alright guys, after a quick break, I've been working on this for hours now, and yeah, this is purposefully unfocused so we can actually get this up closer to the camera, and I am super happy to say that I've actually managed to get this Sharktar working. Yes, I took some very dangerous shark tools that I'm very familiar with from work, and I actually cut exactly what needed to come out, and now our Sharktar can close. And I am super happy with the outcome. You ready for this? Check this out. I can't see it. There we go. And this is our Platinum Elemental Sharktar. The FuZzionZ custom, if you will. This couldn't have been possible without him sending me this, so I am very, very happy. This is super cool. Like, I was kind of sad that I had to cut into the plastic for this, and you can actually see a little bit of cosmetic damage, which is fine. It's barely noticeable, so I kind of want to maybe add some other color here, because there's a lot of detailing, but yeah, that's this one, and it does actually open. You can't really see it from here, but I'll try to get some cool rollouts at the end of the video. And here is our standard one, and this one is actually, I don't know why my camera keeps doing it like keeps changing saturation when I pull this one up. But yeah, this one is super cool. The blue on it is slightly lighter. You can actually see the elemental body, and it actually looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this one actually closes up too, which kind of shockingly, because the tail is a completely different mold. It will have this really big open gap here, because this is where the platinum would sit, but this is what I had to do with the elemental tail. But it actually looks pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. It's very, very contrasty, and I really like it. So these do indeed open, so let's see if his head actually pops out this time. Nope. It usually does, though. It's still pretty cool. They both actually open up and function, which is super cool. I won't be using them probably for decks unless I want to use the platinum one, because it's just a little bit better. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to become one with the swarm, please subscribe. We're going to be doing more videos here very soon, and this one definitely took a long time, so it would mean a lot to me if you gave it a thumbs up and told me what you think. And I don't know if I want to add more paint to this yet. It's going to be quite the task, but this whole thing's been a task, so I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. But anyway, guys, with that being said, that's going to do it for the video, and I will catch you in the next one. See ya.